Big news in the streaming community. Amazon reportedly is in the process of ditching Android and all of its new streaming devices, and it's starting with the Fire TV. So we're going to jump into the details here. This is coming real fast, and this is something that they've been testing. They have their own in-house system that they're looking to move over from Android. The question that comes to mind is, what will be our options for side-loading applications? Will there be an option to side-load application? Would Amazon actually remove the ability to do so? And this might be the first step. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's jump into it. We all know that the reason I would buy the Firestick is because they're really inexpensive. They do a decent job when it comes to streaming, and we get the ability, or we have the ability, to install third-party applications because Amazon Fire TV devices are Android based. Looking at this article, and this is coming from multiple sources, not just 9to5Google, but 9to5Google is a trusted source. But if you just search it in Google, you see a lot of hits based on this topic. So definitely read this. I'm going to put the full article in the description. Title of this one is Amazon will ditch Android and all of its new devices, starting with the Fire TV. Amazon has been using forked version of Android to power its products for years now. Before we move on, just fork, for you guys that don't know, basically just means a copy or an altered copy of the original version. So forked version of Android just means that a modified version of Android. So Amazon has been using a forked version of Android to power its products for years now, but the company is apparently planning to swap that out with a new web forward Vega OS, starting with new Fire TV devices. All right, that's interesting because Amazon just released brand new Fire TV. So unless they're going to try this out on a light version, I don't know if they're going to release another Fire Stick until late 2024, or maybe they're in the process of rolling this out on new hardware and just on new hardware moving forward, regardless of the version of Fire TV Stick. From the Fire TV tablets and more, Amazon has built much of its hardware on the back of Android, and specifically by using the Android operating system to fork the OS to skip out the Google services and heavily customize the platform. So while the apps can be shared between an Amazon tablet and one from Samsung and others, visually the software is drastically different. Now, Amazon also generally lags well behind on Android versions. Any of the latest Amazon tablets are still running Android 11, which is pretty much true. Really doesn't change much of the experience, to be honest, but that is a fact. Apparently that and the overkill that comes from running a full smartphone operating system on a product as simple as a smart display has inspired Amazon to move to an in-house OS called Vega. We did see Samsung do something similar with Tizen, which is on their watches, is on their TV. So this isn't a unique move, but Samsung did keep Android on their smartphones, so that's something to keep in mind. So a report from Janko Rudiger on Lopez reveals Amazon plans to switch to Vega on all of its new devices. Starting with the future Fire TV launches, the Linux-based web-forwarded operating system will replace Android on Amazon's TVs and rely on React Native to develop apps in JavaScript. This app would work only on new Vega OS as well as other services. That's not good news. Rudiger says Amazon has been working on this effort since 2017 or so, with hundreds of people working on development, most of the work allegedly done. Apparently, Vega is already being tested on Fire TV devices, with plans apparently in store for Amazon to start shipping new hardware with the new OS as soon as early next year. It will certainly be a radical step for the Fire TV. Both app providers and app users. App providers will require to build new apps for the platform, while app users will lose the ability to sideload Android apps on their devices. While the brand market likely doesn't use the functionality, Fire TV streamers have appealed to the niche of users looking to sideload apps that aren't officially available on the Amazon App Store. Luckily, Google TV streamers such as the Chromecast as well as the Nvidia Shield are still Android based and allow some functionality. I think if this goes through, and this is not a niche in my opinion, I think a substantial amount of the Fire TV Stick users, purchasers, sideload applications. So I think if this happens, we're going to see a downward spiral, and we're going to see people looking at other devices. I'll leave the full article in the description. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is huge, and I'm curious to see how it turns out. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.